in front of a TV, seeing that her daughter's already back and now waiting for that phone call. Faith, as we can see, the capsule is now firmly on this vessel. Station that will see each astronaut emerge here.
Yes, and they will come out one by one. We expect them to come out on a stretcher, just as a precautionary measure. And as we were watching this moment, David, it reminds me recently of something Butch said about this re-entry and how he felt about it. He said, nervous, no. Cautious, yes. As part of space exploration, he always knew the dangers. It comes with a lot of dangers. We saw that when the Boeing Starliner tried to dock at the International Space Station on that 8-day mission. It was a perilous journey, according to Butch himself, but they made it through. They relied on their team. They relied on their years of experience, and that is exactly what they did again today as we watched them re-enter back into the Earth's atmosphere. And now we're watching as they're going to be opening that hatch shortly for them to come out one by one, get that medical evaluation, get flown from here to Houston, Texas, eventually reunite with their family members. Those family members they will keep in touch with via email and via phone calls occasionally. Butch Wilmore talked about missing basketball practice, talked about missing a majority of the last year of his daughter's high school senior year. He talks about just the mental anguish, the mental toll this assignment has taken on them. And that is, of course, the toughest part of this assignment. They've done space exploration before. They've gone to the ISS before. It's that emotional bond they have with their family members. It's the not knowing when they're coming back.
Faith, just stick with us here.
Actually, say that was the toughest part.
Yeah, the not knowing. And Faith, stick with us here for our coverage. We're coming up on 6:30 when World News Tonight comes on the air here in the East. We're going to pause here for a moment so to let the entire audience join us for World News Tonight.
Efficient at pumping blood. Something similar happens to the eyes. The optic nerve can swell and the shape of the eye can change and vision becomes blurry. And not only that, when you're in microgravity, your inner ear, which controls balance, it recalibrates. And so once you're back on Earth, the slightest movement of your head sends you into a super dizzy state of mind. And not only that, your mind is impacted, right? There's a thing called space fog, where cognitive performance declines, people don't think as clear, and finally, they experience 16 sunrises and sunsets every day while in space. So talk about trying to get some sleep. It's going to be difficult.
Very good point. And they've earned a nap or two after all the time they spent in space. Hakeem, stick with us here. Hakeem Oluseyi, of course, an astrophysicist. Katie Coleman, NASA astronaut herself, spent time on the International Space Station, both watching this right along with me here. They said, welcome back to their NASA colleagues right here. The folks at NASA narrating this, not only for us, but inside that capsule as well. The capsule now back on the recovery vessel.
Dragon splashed down, and as you can see there, the spacecraft is already on board the recovery vessel Megan. Things continuing to move very smoothly today throughout the entire operations from the deorbit burn up until this point as well.
And Freedom, it looks like the positioning wasn't quite right, so they are working on repositioning the capsule in the nest now.
So that makes sense. We wondered why they were lifting the capsule up again. They said the positioning wasn't quite what they wanted it to be. Can you imagine being the 4 astronauts probably saying, it's fine with us, just get us out of here. But anyway, they're going to move the capsule again here and then eventually bring it to that, what's called the nest, right there on that ship. And then it's our understanding that each astronaut, all 4 of them inside that capsule, will emerge one by one. And just think about some of these numbers here. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams ended up spending 286 days in space. 286 days. That was 278 days longer than they were supposed to. Initially supposed to be up there just about a week, 8 days or so. They circled Earth 4,576 times. They witnessed about 16 sunrises a day.